What is up? What is cracking, collective? It's your girl Ash, aka Goddess Goals, in the building and busy back babies. Here to give a message, here to tell a story, here to give a word. Now remember, this message, this story, this word may not resonate with you at all, but if you're like, yo Ash, that was me in the past, I can resonate with you because that was simply me in the past. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're like, yo Ash, that's me right now, I'm going through that right now, make sure you hit the like button right now, right? And in this message, and in this story, in this word, it's simply about somebody that is falling into pieces. The name of this beat is called Falling in Pieces. And when I think about falling in pieces, it can go one of two ways. And that first way is that our whole world, our whole life, our whole selves can be crumbling and falling apart into pieces. Have you ever just been in this mode, in this zone, or in this space where you're just like, look man, my whole world and myself is just crumbling into pieces? But I feel like sometimes when our world and our self is crumbling into pieces, it's just us realizing that we are trying to become something, be something that we are actually not. We are trying to become something and be something and please something, right? Outside of us. Like, yeah, I'm just trying to please things of the outside of me. I'm not really trying to truly do what is called inside of me. I'm just trying to please the outside of me. And when you notice that you've been doing that for so long, it's like you falling in pieces. And when you think about falling in pieces in this way, it's like, imagine you being a glass. Your whole body is being glass, and every time that you say something, every time that you do something, every time that you be something that you really don't want to be, and you do something that you don't want to do, and you say and agree to something that you don't want to agree with, a part of you is shattered. A part of you, a piece of you falls off. Maybe some of us have did this our whole lives. Maybe some of us has experienced this our whole lives. Maybe some of us has acted like this our whole lives. And like, I'm just simply here falling in pieces. Or have you ever loved somebody so much and you just like, look man, I'm trying my best, but I'm still falling in pieces. Trying to love you, I'm just simply falling in pieces. I'm falling in pieces, and as I fall in pieces, I'm trying to stay positive. Imagine every part of you is shattering, every part of you is glass, and it's just simply shattering, and you just like, look man, I'm just steady trying to keep a smile on my face as I become shattered into pieces. As parts of me and parts of me fade away, as all the genuine parts of me just simply just fade away, and I'm just still trying to remain positive. I'm still trying to keep a smile on my face and remain positive. As I fall into pieces, And imagine if we were all glass. Imagine if we were all made up of glass. How would you look? How would you look? How would he look? How would I look? How would we all look? When we actually get a look at ourselves, or we actually look at ourselves if we were actual glass, and every time that we did something that we actually didn't want to do, and every time that we said something that we really didn't want to say, and every time we became something that we didn't want to become, and every time that we acted like we were okay, a part of us just fell. A piece of us just fell. It just simply fell. And we can walk down the street and we can see our pieces fall. Imagine seeing a woman with a man and she's smiling, but all of the pieces of her glass is just falling. Imagine being in charge of a company and you got to do something that you don't want to do. Or you got to say something that you don't want to say. Or you got to keep the faith in your business when your business is falling apart. Imagine seeing your manager. Imagine seeing your CEO just simply falling. And maybe if we were all made up of glass, maybe we will understand how much we are falling apart. Maybe we will understand, like, man, that person has risked a lot of falling apart. Man, that man has, said yes to a lot of things that he didn't want to say yes to. Yeah, that woman, she been through a lot of things that she really didn't want to go through. Do you see how she just simply falling apart? Do you see how we are just simply falling apart if we were all made of glass? And then maybe if we was all made of glass, maybe we would be a little bit more sympathetic or empathetic towards the next person. Maybe we would understand the next person, like, man, you falling, you almost out of pieces. Do you see yourself falling? Do you see yourself? Because guess what? The person that can look like nothing can have so much joy in the inside of them. And the person that can look like everything can have nothing inside of them left. They can have no life inside of them left. They can barely even have breath inside of them left. But just because they have the best, you think they feel better than the rest. But what if we were all glass? What if we were made of all glass and we can just see our pieces? What if we were falling in pieces? You know how powerful that would be? You know how more vigilant we would be? You know how we would take a better look at the person that's walking down the street? We would take a better look at a kid that's standing in the back of the classroom, or sitting in the back of the classroom, or sitting away from everybody else. We would notice a little bit more. We would notice that person a little bit more. Maybe we would even care about that person just a little bit more. Like, hey, what about your pieces? Like, your pieces is almost gone. What are you doing? What are you going through? I know you say you ain't going through nothing, but man, where are your pieces? All the pieces on your body is almost gone. You gotta talk to us. Tell us what's going on with you. Maybe we would care more. If you just simply saw me falling into pieces. If you simply just saw all my pieces. If you saw all the pieces of me. And see, what else I think is that if you could actually see somebody else falling apart, right? Imagine you having pieces within yourself. You are full of pieces. Those that are simply full of pieces, that are simply full inside of themselves. They can simply just be full inside of themselves. Give pieces to the people that are missing pieces. Like, man, baby, I need to give you these pieces, and it's okay, right? It's okay if I'm missing a couple pieces because I am full of pieces. Or maybe we will understand how much everybody needs somebody, and we gotta help you build back up your pieces. Or maybe we'll be more sympathetic and like, look, you know, how about we help build up this person pieces? See, nowadays, we actually don't know who's really struggling, who's not struggling. And sometimes we actually don't know the struggle that somebody else is facing. And some of us, it's not that we don't want to help the struggle or help people that are struggling, but we like, man, I've helped people that said they've been struggling, and I've been torn into pieces. I've been left in pieces after I didn't put them all back together. Or I've helped them just get back together, and now I'm just simply falling in pieces. Because every time I helped them, I really didn't, want to help, or maybe I was scared to help, or maybe God was telling me like, look, I don't want you to help. I just don't want you to help. But because you are a good person, you're going to help anyway. Because that's just who you are, is to help. And even after you get warnings from God about you do not need to help, you shatter into pieces. More pieces fall off of you. And they don't fall off of you just because you helping somebody else, but extra falls off because you knew that honestly that person had more pieces than you. And you should have saved your pieces. It's kind of like the monkey, right? They may even have more than enough, but they have to say that they don't have enough. That they don't have enough pieces. But that's why I was like, if we were all glass, how would we look? Who would we be? Would we be full of pieces? Or would we be running out of pieces? Kind of intense, right? But it's still something so beautiful that is full of life. And when you notice that person that may even be falling out of pieces, that person might be a giver. Or some people say that person might be a people pleaser. Because that person is always giving themselves. They always are sacrificing themselves. They are always being the human sacrifice. Or they are just simply not being their true self. Not being their true self because of what everybody else is going to think, right? not being themselves because of what everybody else is gonna think, you know? And it's like, look, I'm tired. I'm tired of listening to you. 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 And if I please you and listen to you, and then I please you and I listen to you, and I please you and I listen to you, and I please you and I listen to you, I'm simply falling into pieces, and I have nothing of me left. It's nothing of me left. It's nothing of me left. Who am I? What do I have left? Who am I left? I'm left because I am nothing. I am becoming nothing. Trying to please you. Have any of y'all ever been in that predicament? Have any of y'all ever felt that way? Have any of y'all ever been in that environment? Have any of y'all ever been in that space? Have any of y'all ever just deeply felt like that? Like, man, I am losing all of my pieces just simply because of the outside world and because of you. And I'm falling into pieces. I'm falling pieces. I'm falling into pieces because I keep on going around a karmic cycle. I keep on going around this merry-go-round of Karmicville. I keep on going around the merry-go-round of the Pleasantville to please you, to make you feel pleasant, to make you feel good, and to keep me uncomfortable. And the more that I keep me uncomfortable, I'm simply falling in pieces. I'm simply shattering. My whole world is just shattering. It's kind of like just smiling when you don't even want to smile. Or you got to have strength to smile. Like, man, you don't understand how much it takes to just simply smile while I'm falling into pieces. Right? And see, the thing about when you fall into pieces because you have been the yes man, the yes girl, the people pleaser, is that when you start doing what you want to do, you start becoming a rebel. They start feeling like you are the rebel. Like, wait 1 minute. You are not falling into pieces for me. Are you saying you want to become a rebel against me? Are you saying that you want to be a rebel against us? Are you saying, are you speaking, are you being a rebel? How dare you become a rebel? Who do you think you are, rebel? Who do you simply think that you are? And the crazy part about it is that when you become that rebel, you have never, ever felt more free. You have never, ever felt more alive. You have never, ever felt more you. Like, now I feel me. Now I'm not people pleasing for you. Baby, I am all the different people for me. I am that man for me. I am that woman for me. I am that child for me. I am that cook for me. I am that doctor for me. I am that lawyer for me. I am that mechanic for me. I am all these different things for me. So I'm sorry I can't shatter and fall into pieces for you anymore. So yeah, you can call me petty. You will be called many things. So be prepared to be called many things. Be prepared to be called evil. Be prepared to be called malicious. Be prepared to be called a beast. Be prepared to be called everything that you should not be called to be. Be prepared, because you don't want to fall into pieces anymore. So I'll be that rebel, because I don't want to fall into pieces anymore. And the time is now. When you think about that time, have you ever came across that time, right? Some of us, we are stepping into that time, right? Some of us, we are stepping into the time where we like, look, I will become this rebel. I will become this rebel simply because of me. Simply because I'm done falling into pieces. And some of us, we have already been in that time. Like, I have already fell into pieces. I've already been broken down. I've already been busted and disgusted. I've already been. So anything that you do to me, anything that you say to me, anything that you try to bring towards me, I've already fallen into pieces. And I've already said yes to all these different things that I just simply didn't want to be. I've already said yes to all these different things that was simply not me. So now I'm looking forward to better situationships, to better relationships, to better integration ships. And I don't even know what that means. But everything is becoming better. And see, when we talk about the better side of falling into pieces, we think about ourselves, our old selves, our yes man, people pleaser selves. All those pieces fall and shatter. But they don't just go away. They build something new. They build a new you. So yeah, you are falling into pieces. You falling into the new pieces of you. So imagine all those pieces that simply wasn't you become new parts and new shapes and new designs and new colors and new. Everything is new. Shape into a brand new you. Who are you now? Who are you becoming now? And every time you do something for you, you fall into your new pieces. Every time you say no to what you want to say no to, you fall into your new pieces. Every time you say yes to what you truly want to say yes to, to you, you fall into pieces. And see, these pieces don't just fall, but these pieces align. These pieces become a ornament. And imagine you just simply becoming an ornament. And when you think about you, just think about the most beautifulest ornament. The most beautifulest thing that you could ever be. The most beautifulest you that you could ever see. So baby, yes, I'm falling into pieces. So yes, I'm simply falling into pieces. So sometimes we gotta hold our vision. And maybe right now we're learning how to hold our vision. Like, man, I gotta hold my vision. I gotta hold me. I gotta hold the pieces of me. I can't shatter like I've once shattered myself before. I gotta keep this glue on pieces of me. I gotta keep the true pieces of me and build more pieces of the true me. So yeah, I'm falling into pieces. And maybe as you fall into pieces, you feel butterflies. You feel you coming out of that cocoon, right? You feel your wings spreading free. Like, look, man, I've never felt so free. Or maybe you can just feel the wings growing outside of you. Like, man, I've never felt simply so free. I've never felt better than what I do now, getting back to me. So as we see us all being glass, and as we see people shattering and falling apart, imagine we see somebody that's putting themselves back together. And imagine we become so amazed by the person that is simply putting themselves back together. The new parts of them, right? And imagine if we can just see those parts that's just coming into beautiful pieces and coming into shiny pieces and coming into vibrant pieces, and you learning those pieces. Or you seeing this person become this beautiful masterpiece. You look at them in amazement. You look at them like, I am so amazed. Look at that person, how they are simply falling into pieces. And maybe then we will be more inspired by that person's pieces. Imagine you seeing a before and an after of somebody that has fallen into pieces. And maybe you gotta rush and you gotta ask this person, like, look, I gotta ask you, how did you rebuild yourself? How did you remake yourself? How did you reshape yourself? How did you become this beautiful masterpiece? You gotta tell me, how did you do it? Because I'm tired of falling negatively into pieces. I want to be like you, and I want to be a masterpiece. And see, the thing about glass, when it breaks, it'll never be whole again. Baby, it'll never be connected again. And I feel like that's the most beautifulest thing about a masterpiece. And when you think about a person that has mastered themselves, is that they are full of pieces. They are full of shattered glass. They are full of mistakes. And it's nothing perfect actually about this masterpiece. So know that no matter how much we work on ourselves, we'll never be perfect. But we'll just simply try to be our own master of peace. What absolutely brings us peace? Not what he brings us peace, not what she that brings us peace, not what they brings us peace, but what does the master and us bring us peace? What master peace brings us peace? On the inside and the outside. How can I master my peace? And that is my story. And that is my message. And that is my word. And I hope y'all enjoy falling into pieces. I hope y'all got some type of value out of this. And I'll be busy back, baby. Peace.